Okay, I mean, I'm gonna make them burgers a little later, man.
To a digital twin of the world that they can control, that is disconnected from spirit. A world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. In the bright glow of the dawn, I see myself clearly, bringing in a new day. The old way of doing things different. I don't care what you say. Mostly under your bed, beside your head, and if you haven't got the shadow work, you're left behind is where you stay. I'm envisioning love and peace.
That's what he's here for. Yeah, thanks for the garbage bag. You could have took the garbage bag out, nigga. No, I get it though.
Ourselves, artists of irrigation, a world full of love and peace.
You looking right at me. What you doing, huh? Come on, I see your heartbeat. It's beautiful. Ah, that's all right. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? I see. Where you going? Oh man. Glass of wine.
Not to empower us, but to actually transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their full control.
Oh man. I'm so fucking done. I don't know.
Now, bro. Come on. You almost there, bro. You almost there. Survive. Go ahead. What's up?
I do it dance for shot down. Who am I but shot down? You young fool, I'm too fly to just slide down. Blue sky but high ground. My crown slash helmet. So my aircraft still spit. Can't be tied down or even seat belted. I look down, I see green like a Celtic. My heat pulverizes, the cheese is melted. The remnants of cash money, I just spelled it. You get decisions in my eyes, I beheld it. You feel fucked it past my hand, I felt it. I felt it. I did the deal with a knife. I know I can spit my flows to shit to a flat. No haters wanna crucify a real man. I still stand with the silver hand, but we're healing man. It's not cyber seal. I'm turtle sheep. I'm one tough cookie. I don't follow. I set standards. Catch me, you gon' have to do more than scamper. Need more than scanners. I'm off the radar. I am as you goofies play God. Some worship the Christ, others pray to Allah. Chase a high, drink paper or bruh. You stagnated, well I straight evolve. At a rate, I'm dating space AC, y'all. Bust stuck in the case, face off. After the shape, the state is a fate. It fraud. Battlestar intergalactic, my mindset. Perfect comes from practice, so I rhyme best. I excel like I'm climbing a step. You got a lot to learn. I am a depth, you of no concern. I am a threat. My measurement, width, lift, height, and depth. I'm just piracy up. Flying a jet, straight to adversary. Martial Chronicles like Ray Bradbury. I'm a thorough guy, goddammit. Symmetric apparel, I'm a fly bandit. Mohawk, aviators, aerodynamics. And it's like I'm an arrow in precise transit. A Christmas Carol lies with your fans get. Your rose and pearls, what I transmit as a transcript. Or I just spit it off the top. It's either shit or get off the pot. This shit's hot.
Wants to get his own crew. Everybody wants to get his own crew rich. And then they want the other little people to never get a piece of pie. I don't want to go for the brother. I go for you niggas that think it's y'all big too. I understand that. That's why you niggas ain't got to say Sam me. You niggas that know you can't do nothing if you're broke. Listen to me, young people and old people too. Mostly black people, I'm talking to you.
That's about time.
Sure. Y'all really thought that I was done with y'all. Nah. I'm really.
And my music, and a lot of this music, it's only talking about the suppressed rising. I mean, the oppressed rising up against the oppressor. That's all. That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So if only people that's scared are the oppressors, the only people who can have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that.
3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. The oppressor, baby, no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender. I'm gonna change, got a boss up. The oppressor's about to get tossed up. I'ma lay him out, execution style, too late, an apologetic claim. You rapped in a coca, blame my God, it's over, doing your time is to the end. I'm Josh Silent without sin. He put me on the butter, but just as the wind. The oppressor's about to get rolled out, with suppressors attached in the war zone. Revolution can start in the Arizona. I'm a messenger, popping like Ericon. Backed by the honorable, who sits at the pinnacle, who judges the hypocritical, cynical, and the pitiful sinful. My thinking is critical. I'm just ventilating of the actions of the protected service. Quick to pull the Glock, blast and kill. This don't take any kind of skill. No, I'm ill of all citizens who haven't took a stand or kneels too late when the caps get bills. Don't believe it till you see it tight. On hits close to home, you gotta act the bone, but it got the dome when it's on the zone. All ran in my vision through sight. It's killer be killed whenever I fight. From above, I'll be given the right. So you better be ready to ride tonight. All the way to the dawn daylight. We gon' let them out, so gon' pass the kite. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, need no surrender.
This world is such a, and when I say this world, I mean in the ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such, gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody might be taught that from school, everywhere. Big business. You want to be successful? You want to be like Trump? Gimme. Push. Step. Crush. That's how it all is. And it's like, nobody ever stopped.
I almost forgot. Right. This thing is about to drive me crazy. Shit. This is funny. There it was. I got the thing sticking on there. All right.
Social media saviors, I think. Marks once we make knowledge born is when time and space rock the great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark.
That's about right. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get a little busy. I'm having my morning glass of wine and reminiscing all night. I went to sleep kind of early. After I got back. So as you see in the thumbnail, and you know I study philosophy and all that stuff. Well, what's considered philosophy. I don't repeat it here. I write poetry. I write tons of poems. I always do, and I submit it to American Poetry Society, the Guild. Sometimes unknown, sometimes with my name Jim, Red Wolf, or thousands upon poems. I submit it. Probably, like my cousin said, I should have made about 5 or 6 books, right? I mean, I still can. I've got thousands of poems. Thousands. And I had to reflect. You know, when you reset yourself on your birthday, and then when you, any subsequent, I'm going to shut y'all here in a minute, but I got to get this out. Any subsequent fast or anything like that, some would think it's remedial, but every time you do it, there is supposed to be an inkling. Well, it's suggested there's an inkling of a higher learning, and it has nothing to do with education. As y'all know, that's for convenience, to make sure that you abide by the system that you, sadly, in ignorance, are participating in. Even though for some it feels good because they can always look at everybody else. You know, anytime you gotta look at anybody else lesser because of the haves and have-nots, you are a human. Do you know the definition of human to the elite, what it means? Well, I broke it down, yet I still see people throw it around flagrantly. And that's what's making it hard for me to continue on. Because the shift in your world is so diabolical. It is so disingenuous. It is the deepest of perversions, without mediating other terms and words that most people are bothered by because they have no constitution. Constitution, real constitution. To say that I am not grateful for the fact that people realize that the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, all that, there's a number of stuff, some stuff you know nothing about, was written long ago and archaically utilized by the enemy to keep you docile. You know what they say about the audience. You know, if you give them, you know the saying, give them. I want to say it verbatim because if I say it my way, it'll be disingenuous. Kwame, my boy Kwame from UK, I'll let T talk to him. He met him online. He hit me up and let me know what's going on over there. It's a beautiful brother. He's Ghanaian. I call him American. I don't care. I know things, but regardless of what I know, I still appreciate the brother. He's a beloved. He's my beloved kindred living in the UK. Magnificent, vegan, staunch. He just had a harrowing little thing, which he dealt with appropriately, like a man should, or a sentient being. And I enjoy when he says this stuff, and sometimes I try to overtalk him because I know what he's going to say. But it's great. He's got great brothers around him, magnificent. Whether it doesn't matter where they're from. I want to get away from that, but you know, and that always gives me a little more hope for you. I don't need hope for myself, not at all. I've co-signed who I am and what my role. I don't like it, but it's not about like. You got to remember, I still have pertinence here in this existence. So the like that it's not ambient. It's a fictional like, or not. It is with purpose. It is bigger than what we think is big. And I am grateful because I know that they're too dumb. They're not going to bypass. They're going to do it because they're stupid. Y'all, when I told you that absolute power corrupts, y'all, I think mistaken me. And I figured y'all would reserve yourself to study and find out. Absolute power doesn't mean the infinite. It doesn't mean that which, because it doesn't require it to make you aware of its power. You getting me now? Okay. So if you give them bread and carnival, give them bread and I don't feel like typing. Let me dig into memory. Give them bread and circus. I had to think bottom belly. Okay. And you know what comes with that. It's very trifling, isn't it? The problem is it works. Oh, hold on. My brother is in the message.
Thank you, my brother, man. Oh, good, bro.
Yo, beloved, appreciate you and all the kindred out there. Y'all keep doing your thing. Keep your heads up. Fathers Against Violence. I'm all with it. Your kids look magnificent. Yo, keep that boxing going too, fam. You know, we might have to spar. I'm not trained for about a week or so, but you know how it is. You got to make your way here, fam. All right. That's Kwame, y'all. I told you about his YouTube channel. It's in the script. It's in the description. Excellent music. I wish he started. I would love to see him start his podcast because it was powerful. I was always there. There's a number of individuals on here who have some good ones, who are about the things that I'm about to reciprocate. Now, I just want to give you a little, how do you say it? A little baseline. You already know my upcoming, my so-called childhood, the things that I saw. Y'all know I signed myself into a psych ward one time. Was it once or twice? I can't remember because the things that I do when I want to get away from all the voices. Yeah, I signed myself in. I was never admitted. No, I'm stupid. That's crazy. I signed myself in because I knew somebody there, and I wanted to also get close to them and find out what was going on. And they wanted to poison me with all their lithiums and poisons. There was nothing wrong with me. I was looking at these people are demented. They are sick. But in the world of have and have nots, they move like when I sit at the table with these Jewish doctors, right? With these individuals, these whatever. And I was watching and studying them. They were unaware of what I was studying. I didn't curse them. It was unnecessary. I already saw their weak state. I saw that their flaws. I saw everything. And I think one of them realized it because that individual got up and left. And I was studying them. I mean, umbilically. I was just like really looking and listening. And they were asking me, what do I want them to do for me? And they didn't know. They were unaware that I was aware that medicine is supposed to ask you what it is you need, and they're supposed to provide a diet. We're not going to get into that right now. That's out of the 20s and 40s. And there's a reason why things were set up in motion roughly around that time, too. This started in the 1800s, but we'll get into that. Hey, mama. Oh, no. That's the mama's baby looking to be fed, spreading the wings out. Holy smell. I forgot how quick they grow. Anyway, my anger, and then I was snapping at a lot of people. And because I already expressed to you where my anger is at. My rage, whatever you want to call it. It's not a danger to anybody. No. This is like a combustion engine going off at 1,000%. And I have to quell it. even in order to sit here and talk, there are times when I'm expressing things that is not the way I want to, because I have to fight the rage, the wrath, whatever you want to call it. I remember studying when they started killing all our female trees. At first, I didn't know they were females. I had to study that to come into that knowledge. And I studied every 10 years that they change the chicken's diet. And I studied when certain countries took over certain food. But what I did was I went outside and talked to people there, some people who may know somebody who's in the poultry or the beef, or, you know what I'm saying? And I started really paying attention to the different shots and the different things, and even seeing some of these so-called scientists talking about what they're going to do. When they went as far as to put a hole on a milking cow, and the things that most people didn't see in certain videos that would be on the dark web of what they were actually doing to create this, and how they were subjugating and mitigating with bleach certain chemicals, the pus, and the fact that the parasites that were created there were still, I started to see a pattern. So I studied about the Spanish flu, and that's where I came across a document that showed that it was an inoculum, a vaccine, experimental, given, and it went out of control, but the whole purpose was for that. I paid attention to each story, each doctor, each scientist, and the discussions that are out there. When you start searching these things, you'll pull them up. And I realized that the destruction of you, the terminologies and math of letters, men of letters, those are not men, was your decline. And how the individuals could be around you to keep you unaware. It's big. And as I was doing all these studies and I was paying attention to all these things, I started looking at animals surviving longer in captivity when at one time they survived long out here. And in doing that, I paid attention to the dogs in homes versus the wild dogs of Africa and certain places on reservations, there's wild dogs. And I started looking at all the things that the fake dinosaurs and everything to dismiss titans. And I realized they had got rid of, at that time, over up to 50% of the animals in the last century that were here. Now we're up to 60 or 65% of all the animals that are no longer here. And I paid attention to the role they play as far as pollen, trees, the soil, you know, the composites, all the minerals, the poop, and the other dietary things, and the other plants and vegetation that are no longer here or have been manipulated. And I started paying attention to IT, and Yale, and Harvard, and what you call over in England and Germany. I started paying attention to the professors and the people, whether it be out of the Marxist ideology, the fake liberal dynamics of the, they can fool anybody to believe in anything they want, and democracy. And I says, wait a minute, this is the republic, for the republic, of the republic, by the people, for the people, of the people. Democracy has nothing to do with this. That is how the Bolshevik Revolution, Crimea fell. That is exactly fascists and everything else. Even conservatism, baseline of the Christian with Zionist order is based on Marxist ideology. It is not of the public, for the republic, by the republic, of the people on which it stands. The notion that it is well scripted that here in the so-called America, that we always had one God, but we had many deities. Then I started paying attention to, out of all that, this other thing. I don't have to speak about Edinburgh, Scotland. I can do all this on the baseline of me. All that stuff plays a part. And I was invigorated, even in college. And I started looking at the people. That's when I said, you know what, I'm gonna do sociology, nursing, forget medicine and all this. And I started watching how they moved, what they ate, how they communicated, what they said between each other, the discouragement, the encouragement. And I saw from the animals, the plants, the sun, the moon, the waters. And the rage kicked on. And this is last night, and it woke me up. I had to take a poo, and I started saying they poisoned the waters. They got rid of the buildings, but left the toxic pipelines by design. And I started looking at places like where Clarissa Shields from, Flint, Michigan, and the lead, and the fact that Lori Lightfoot and all these other individuals in Chicago, all these other individuals in different places didn't do anything. And my rage was growing beyond my control. I got to be honest. At least that's what I was starting to think, because I wanted to act on it. I need a heavy bag, y'all. If you want to buy me, I left all 5 of my heavy bags everywhere I've lived for them. I give. I don't expect everybody else to give. I thought everybody would, just like I thought everybody knew who they were when I was in school. And I was mistaken. I watch y'all fight. I watch people post things based on their feeling, as if it's maternal when it's just nocturnal. It's some nighttime effigy of stupidity, racism, and everything else, all inclusive, regardless of the importance of the message. And I raged even more. It hasn't gone nowhere. Not at all. I cannot let it go anywhere. And I remember one time in a dream, because I wanted to control it, I wanted to leave. I was looking at the faces past me, literally looking up at me. These faces that thought they were powerful, donuts in the street, running people over, murdering, kill, whatever you want to call it. I was looking at the I knew everything they did. Everything. And I remember wanting to smile. And I remember I woke up smiling, crooked. In the dream, I didn't smile. There was no elation. It was like remembrance with purpose. Come on, guys. I want to say it is scary, but it's not. So thinking about everything that is slowly, from the processed food, Tupperware. I remember the very first commercial. Non-stick cooking pans, Teflon. I remember everything in 76, 71, when it was laid out. And whatever year it was, there's other things. Aluminum. My grandmother being part of the circuit of the first people to come down with dementia, because before the 70s, it didn't exist. The churches, umbilical, free aluminum to do barbecues and cookouts. We didn't use parchment paper, banana leaves, and there's other leaves we had here as well. Palm leaves. We cooked with. Even fish in the Carolinas. Great grandma used to go out and get the red clay, mix it with some of the stream mineral water, and she used to wrap the fish that was clean with the lemon and the greens in there. Let me turn off the notification, because they're retarded. They discount themselves. Hold on. So yeah, I just turned off the notification. Now, I know this is not important to a lot of people that are going to come through looking, and no, I'm very aware. And I'm actually gratuitous, because it keeps me viable in what I think. I don't believe in anything, because that means you don't know. I've been saying this for a long time. And if there are those who don't want to believe or don't know, well, to each his own. I'm quick to rage. I'm slow to anger. Yet, y'all have heard that before, but I really am. I just don't have no hope for y'all. I need to have it, but I don't. I'm not one of those shock and awe people. I'm not here to tell you this is going to happen. There's a couple people, goofy people that got 1 million followers that shine for that. And that's spell casting. He's an agent, as far as I'm concerned. I want to have hope for you. I'm aware that it's only very few. So when I say that, I'm talking about the majority. So the few of you, I don't need to have hope. I know you got it. You're going to get it, and you're going to keep feeding yourself. The only problem is you're not going to share it with individuals. Maybe you don't know how, or maybe you still hold on to a part of you that's lacking, ego or whatever. I got it. Haha, you don't. And that will be your own demise. So I don't want to see your face. So take it however you want. I really don't want to see none of y'all's faces. Well, I've seen a few. I even was going to tell one of my Italian homies from school, I saw your face, bro. I don't know what you're doing out there. I know you're living well. I know that you was in selling homes, but I'm also aware of what else comes with that. I used to sell drugs to these people. Weed. But other people sold stuff too, would show up, and I knew them. And I saw the parties. I saw the filing. And I'm not here to prove nothing to anyone. Oh, Mac, baby girl, millennial, what's up, babies? What's on, beautiful? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? And I just really want y'all to listen. I really want y'all to listen, okay? And share this. I don't want to be on here for another about 10, 15 minutes. And every year, I usually have a way to, I fight. Anybody that knows me, if they've been with me, they know that maybe they didn't see it, but there's enough people that know. And he was at me at a bowl, and he, in honesty, he could tell you it was not an act. I didn't even think about him being there. I was thinking about the individual acting a straight butthead. And, I'm not for show. I knew that the guy behind the witch cause, because of the meth in there, he's an undercover punk. And he tried to act like knew he better call 911 because I just whooped his ass. And I told the dude, look, and the guy who I always deal with, who rifles and sighting in, old gentleman who's big time there. He was telling his little buddy to calm down, shut up, stop. I'm not making this up. I'm not telling a lie. I just invited him outside in the back, around the back. But we don't have to do this here. And I guarantee you, Tomas can literally tell you, he saw another part of me. My demeanor changes. Now, if I'm yelling and I'm, it's because I care about you. If I go quiet, and you're pretty much screwed. I know law. I know land laws and all this stuff. And to listen to somebody who lets parents who don't give a fuck about them get in their head, or vice versa, a worthless ass wife or a worthless husband, I rage in a way they cannot comprehend. It's no big you, little me, big me, little you. I'm sharing a truth. I can't give you everything. And someone say, well, damn, what you just, no, stop. Stop allowing the fake world to be convenient. I'm tired. I was the only one who told y'all about George. Y'all ain't know about no damn George Orwell, 1984. The video, we watched it back when I was in high school. So don't even. I'm tired of that people trying to always catch up like they know everything and they don't know shit. Mark Twain, people reaching out. I didn't know they, well, you should have been reading it instead of Huckleberry, and listen to where he got the story. Look at this. Edgar Allan Poe was a Negro. He ain't the whitewashed version they gave you like Napoleon. They don't know how to tell the truth. And you're never going to get the truth from them, so don't even think you're going to do that. Even the consorts that perform for them in their circus. You don't have to be on a vaudeville circuit, the pork and bean one. So I am full of rage. But lately I've become very angry with everybody. Because y'all bullshit, you're BSing. And I know you are. I see it on a regular. You can't bullshit me. Now, you can bullshit a bullshitter. You cannot bullshit me. It's never going to work. I remember my buddy saying, Red, you know, when you go to the French Legion, you know, they're gonna pull up everything about you. No, they won't. There's no way. And my boy, I can't say his name. That's because he retired from Legions don't mean nothing. I just can't say his name with everything going on. He's like, nah, Red, they would have known the surface stuff. I'm like, yeah, what's meant for them to know. They would have never learned anything. I don't give a fuck if they talk to the CIA, FBI. They, please. But there are those in your existence, well then, who knew, like I met certain individuals at certain ages and they knew more about me than I did myself. And it wasn't on the baseline of somebody else. Well, okay, maybe a few somebody else's, but they're not from this time period. And then when they would show me these things, I would just like back up like, oh, yo, and I'm tilted, you know? I'm like, get that out of my face. What is that? Who is that? That look like me. Who is, you know? Well, that's from 17. Well, that's from, well, they actually didn't say 17. They say, well, that's from 697. And I'm like, I would have never saw that in the school. And we have a few more things to show you. And in the military, if Ricky or Paul Olsten or my other brothers were here, I'm not telling a secret. I was always that extraordinary gentleman, that individual that had something weird about him. I like construction and lumber, you know, like chopping trees and catching chickens with my hand and bringing it to the head pop off, you know, just following what my elders did. Picking cotton, like without pricking my fingers, and learning how to do it fast and realize that, oh, you could do it much faster than they're saying in these fake movies. And making flutes, bows, learning how to soak a certain wood and what it would do on the wood when the sun would dried out and it's been skinned, the sheath of its, skinned of its sheathing or its bark. And I was attempting to figure out why I was so not enraged, but angry every time it happens. Because before 3 days ago, I was not angry. It was there. But I was aware that my anger would come up. And so I was like, waiting, when is it? Am I going to get sick like usually? I didn't get sick this time. I just walked out the tent and everything was ugly. I walked down around there and got on my knees and punched the ground about 30 times, attempting to release it. Punching it hard. Now my wrist already jacked up, but I had to release it because I know what anger does to me. I think it was the children being murdered. And I really wanted to just jump and land and start destroying. But I'm not here for that. I watch this Goofy's Afro Think Tank, and at least the brother does he spoke a truth. He knows that we've always been here, and I respected him that. I never unsubscribed from him because I agree with some of the things that he states, and the sister that's in Senegal or wherever. I respect a lot of them, but there's something worse than a spell and parasites. And that is what got me to feel the way I felt. I looked at my tub. I literally wanted to destroy it. I had to walk away down there, away from it, not say nothing, just walk away before I grabbed the axe. And, I had to walk away. And so that subsided it a little bit. Hey, Charles. Hey, you just popped up. How y'all doing? Hey, Stu, what's up, baby? All right. I wanted to hurt something the way it hurt everything, the way the children hurt, the way the mothers, the fathers, the way I wanted to hurt the way the prisoners and the innocent. I wanted to hurt all that, which is creating this hurt. I wanted to get into the middle of it and start decapitating, removing limbs. And I remembered I'm not here for that. Yeah, it pisses me off that but I'm not here for that. I'm supposed to stick to this. I was supposed to do it. And I used to always tell people, I'd rather have people around me sitting down listening. I have so much more to say. But here I am, you know. Here I am. So I was going to take about a week or two off. So it's still promising that I may, maybe longer. I don't need clarity. I don't need to think of anything. I've got more than enough information to go around for several lifetimes. Little pieces and bits, as always. Y'all got to really go back and watch the videos, and you got to really pay attention, because I know a lot of you aren't. You're caught up in your little world, your divisiveness, the thing that's convenient for you. I am aware of it. I don't need you to say anything. And if you think that you're supposed to just die and just move on, well, all right, keep listening to your don't know nothing self. And ignore me. Go right ahead. I don't care. And you find out. There's a disease, and y'all don't have to be part of the disease, okay? And if you choose to be, that's on you. You want to be at each other's necks? You want to be infighting and all that stuff? Well, you already got the warning. I'm not going to give you nothing else. Because 99% of you really don't know nothing. Nothing at all. And you should know at least enough to get you there. All right? I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to a fogey like me. There's a lot of other things. I can do this in several parts. But I think that's good to start with. I have no problem with people actually knowing things, but I'm good on the trigger. So if I'm discussing something, I'm not saying everything. I expect when a person knows something to say everything else or shut the fuck up. Appreciate y'all. What's up? Appreciate you. Yeah, but it's different when you feel it. I'm sitting here talking like I just see it because that's what I want you to accept. I feel it. That's all I'm saying to that. I told you, if you practice certain things instead of feeding worldly desires, you'll start to see those things instead of feeling the worldly desires that implicate you and keep you caught up in the world that you exist in. If you need me to repeat that in a different way, you stay so, and I will. I'm attempting not to hurt feelings. All right? Because I'm beyond hurting feelings. I don't care about fake feelings. And I'll say whatever. Okay? See, that's how serious it is, and most people don't really see it. I appreciate y'all. Yes, terraforming. Yes, hon. I appreciate all of y'all. Camping, figurative volcano, Italy is showing me. Yeah, well, wait until the ones here start acting up by their control. Wait until everything happens. Wait until the, you know, I'm gonna say this and I need to get off because the time. When I went around the Horn, the few times that I went around the Horn, we would have 300 and 400 and 500-foot waves crashing down on the carrier. Ice that would build up this thick around a tie-down chain that kept certain jets tied down at 26 to 30 something strong. And we had to crawl around with this lifeline, hooking up and crawling with flashlights and little to break the ice and to see if there's any slack to tighten it down. Waves coming over the deck. The front, this big three football field, a little bigger than 3 football field ship. They carry all them damn jets, Tomcats, F-18s, all up on the roof. Coming over and it's freezing cold. It stings the little part that, besides the goggles and the face, with the foul weather, it stung. Like making damn near like wanting to kill the skin. You're talking about mile-high waves y'all have no idea about. They cover all this land. So it's always been manipulated. Volcanoes? Even that's a made-up term. There are things going on under the ground. Controlled. Anyway, yeah. There's a lot of things. Just got to pay attention. But more than that, pay attention to yourself. Get yourself in a better place, people. Because see, when it's happening here, they'll be talking about you like you're talking about them here, there. Pompeii wasn't what you think it was. That's all a lie. That was part of a reset. They tell you how they want you to think. It's convenient to make you comfortable, and that's all I'm going to say. Okay? And there's a lot of facts, and I dig it. But right now, I'm a little hard. Actually, I'm very hardened. I appreciate y'all. Okay? See you guys maybe later when I'm working on that. It's supposed to be a pretty dry day today. I'm going to finish my little glass of wine, my organic, you know what it is, red. And I'm going to enjoy me some pasta with shrimp this morning, AM. I'm not full vegan yet. Still certain things that I ordered and I need to pick up. I'm not against government, police, or anything. I'm against the system, the oppressive state, and the fiction of its existence. It is a perversion. All right. See you guys later.